Does anyone have a question?
Stuart,
Yes.
this is Linda. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your latest post. I know you were comparing Tantra to like a creative genius and going against social norms. So I was wondering if you could expand upon that a little bit.
Well, yes, look, I can only, again, talk from my own experience. And, all my life, there's always been a force inside me, a creative force that understood somehow something I don't even didn't understand, and that beyond whatever I attain in life, there's always a higher purpose. There's always an energy force, that exists beyond it. And when one taps that energy force, you begin to allow it to flow through your system. Energy literally is infinite in the universe. It creates music, it creates art, it creates life. It creates every aspect of life. And one of the big problems in this whole thing is that we interfere with it. We have minds that never shut up. We have tensions, we have anxieties, we have fear, we have so many insecurities in ourselves. And every one of them blocks up the river of creativity that can flow through us. So basically, that's what I was talking about. That river of creativity is allowing ourselves to be guided by God, higher energy, spirit, instead of our neurosis, our anxiety, our fear, our insecurity. All those impediments that keep people from, first of all, ever being a happy human being, and secondly, from tapping the deepest resource of creativity in themselves. I mean, I can only look at it, 2-3 years ago, I swore I would never write another book. I was so tired of doing it. And this book came through me. It's almost finished, for God's sake. And I spoke to somebody about doing a mock-up of it so we can present it to agents and publishers. And you don't know. You have to be open inside. You have no idea what can come through. How you can tap the most creative and I would say juiciest aspects of yourself. Keep yourself from getting into lethargy and boredom and that crippling kind of illness that almost everybody uses an excuse for not tapping higher creative energy and using it in their life. So people, they're born, they live in some kind of lethargic existence, which is interrupted by having to work and, pay the rent or the mortgage and food on the table, and never really go to that depth inside themselves where they can truly be connected to God and spirit and allow the unexpected to come through, that which, is inspirational, which gives your life a much richer purpose and meaning, than just kind of living day by rote, you know? And that's what I was writing about. You know, it's actually clear in there. You know, I mean, it's not too difficult to understand. I mean, I wrote something today. Is chakras weren't just created for members of an exclusive club. They're every human being has a chakra system. Every human being is connected to spirit, or they wouldn't be alive. Very few people tap that energy source, develop it, strengthen it, build it inside themselves so that they can be guided by that endless stream of creative energy that flows out of the infinite, that creates the greatest music. I mean, look, Bach, Mozart, all these guys, they were just vehicles through which that music came into the world. Artists, Rembrandt, and, Michelangelo, they were vehicles through which that art came into the world. All they did in their life was develop the craft and have an insatiable need to tap creativity in themselves. But they developed the craft. And, as I say, chakras are not just for members of an exclusive club. They really exist in every single human being. Most people, either they're not ready, they don't bother, they fluff it off. They don't do the work on their chakra system that can truly connect them with spirit. Other people are born extremely talented. God knows what they did in their last lifetime to deserve that gift. But, guys like Van Gogh, who, guy was nuts, and he had this gift to produce art that is truly magnificent. So who knows how one gets there? But I don't want to sit in a meditation class and then go and cut off my ear. I don't think that's a very healthy way to live. I want every part of my life to be creative, fulfilling, full of wisdom, full of love. I don't want to write a book and then go shoot myself. Every aspect of life is a creation of God. And when you develop a chakra system, it just becomes, life itself becomes the greatest work of art. And that's why procrastination and excuses, and they all just take people to the grave. That's where they go, to another incarnation. And the whole purpose of this meditation is to build a system that will ultimately free us of this, this merry-go-round of karma that people live on. Life itself becomes the work of art. And all the little microcosmic elements of it that we have to do in order to live are also part of the gallery. They're also works of art that we have to do, whatever it is, our work, our family, or, what we eat, where we go. It's all part of that gallery, that cosmic gallery that, is there for us to learn from and to open to and to embrace. So one doesn't have to be a Rembrandt, cook a meal with love, with joy, with, serve it to somebody who's very dear to you, your family, embrace somebody, love them, tell them I love you. That's all, a manifestation of that spirit flowing through a human being. That openness to higher energy in the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. I hope that's clear, Linda. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And maybe to stop beating oneself up. We don't have to flagellate ourselves every day to remind us that we're alive. It's unnecessary. The mind can stop its rambunctious nature. The emotions can stop being quicksand. We can build that kind of system in ourselves that we get up in the morning and it's great. We can live every day as a happy human being. And it's three areas. It's the mind, it's the emotions, and it's sexual energy. That create enormous chaos inside of people because they don't have the focus and discipline to channel it consciously, those energies. The meditation is about learning to build that focus and discipline. Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask? I have a question. I have something, a request. I'm just throwing it out. I'm looking for a literary agent. If you know one who's sane, I would love to meet them. I've had two now, and oh my God, didn't make my life any easier. So, but I really need to have one for this book that I'm writing. I think it's a possibility, is very good for it. If you happen to know anybody like that, please let me know. But I want them to be sane. I don't want to have to deal with somebody else's neurotic energy, all the time. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, there'll be a meditation on Sunday. This is a big holiday weekend in America. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you.